Going back to school usually involves shopping for a new wardrobe, including a pair of the trendiest shoes. And while there's a lot of different styles to pick from, it's the fit that matters most. Sure, fitting kids with shoes can be a headache, made even worse by the fact that you have to refit them every few months. However, making sure that your kids' shoes are fitting correctly is one of the most important things you can do for their development. In fact, the majority of podiatry problems in adulthood are usually caused by ill-fitting footwear in childhood. We checked in with the experts at Tri-County Foot and Ankle to get some advice for your next shoe shopping trip.
If you're going for a child shoe, it's very important that the shoe fits, and it's not going to be too big, but big enough because children's feet tend to grow. And the unfortunate thing is you don't know how fast they're going to grow, so you have to factor that in. They have to be measured. I really think they have to be measured. Again, you can buy a pair of shoes over the counter and you can put them on. Most kids aren't going to say anything except they don't like the way it looks. They're not going to know if it fits correctly or not unless it hurts. If you're going to do it that way, I think it's important to have the child stand up, feel the sides of the shoe and make sure they're not impinging both sides of the foot, and make sure you have at least a thumb's length space between the end of the toe and the end of the shoe so you can allow for a normal fit and some extra growth.
I would definitely recommend trying your shoes on before you buy them. I know it's difficult in these days with mail order shoes, but you really want to know what you're getting and physically hold it and see it, see where the structure is before you buy it.
You want to look at a few things. I always take a shoe in a shoe store and it should bend right where your toes typically will bend. If it bends right in the middle, it probably doesn't have enough support for your foot to be able to control it in motion. Also, you kind of want to take it side to side to make sure that you can't wring it out like a washcloth. Again, that's another shoe that's not going to offer enough support and it's going to be a little too flimsy, or almost you get as much support as basically being barefoot. So you kind of want to look for those things.
Ill-fitting shoe can cause a lot of problems, not only to your bone structure, but also to your nails, to your skin.
You can either have shoes that are too big for you, and you're sliding around in them, or they're too tight and it's kind of bunching up on the toes. I always tell people when you're trying on shoes, try a half size above, half size below what you think is the proper size, just to get a feel. You don't want it too loose that it's sliding around in it, and that can cause issues, calluses and things like that. If it's too tight again and it's uncomfortable, it can create other issues as well.
For information on the specialists at Tri-County Foot and Ankle or their services, please click the If the Shoe Fits store link icon online at yourhometownhealth.com.